Let's do this. Okay, so Miranda and me, Mrs. Fort, are going to teach everybody about hand washing today. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I learned how to wash hands when I was back in kindergarten. Why do I need to learn to wash them again? Well, not only am I going to teach you why it's important to wash your hands, but I'm also going to teach you the correct way to wash your hands, because this was actually pretty new to me. I didn't realize that you had to wash them for a certain length of time, or that like sometimes when I wash my hands, I just did it like this, and you're actually supposed to wash the tops and between your fingers and then your fingernails. There's actually a lot more to it than you might think. So we're just gonna go over it, and if you already know it all, then it's just a good review, and if you don't, then you'll learn something new like I did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this thing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to pull up is this guy. This is a presentation. We're going to learn just real quick a little bit about hand washing and why it's important. So we're going to go to view and we're going to go to present. All right, so of course this is all about hand washing. This is our goal for today. Our goal is to understand why hand washing is important and how to correctly wash your hands all by yourself. So at the end of this session, I want to be able to say, why is hand washing important, and have you guys answer. And I also want to know if you know exactly how to wash your hands. So I'll either have you show me or I'll have you tell me how to wash my hands. So let's talk a little bit about our skin, because our hands and all the rest of our body is all covered with skin, and it's the largest organ in our body. It's bigger than your heart, it's bigger than your lungs, it's bigger than everything because it covers all of you. It also keeps all the other organs in your body inside of you. Without your skin to hold it all in, everything would just fall out. So it's really important. Our entire skin, all of it protects our body from germs. But we touch everything with our hands. So our hands sometimes get the dirtiest. So that's why we have to wash them a lot. It helps us, our skin helps us maintain our body temperature. So if we didn't have skin on and it was hot outside, our like heart and stuff would cook. So our skin is also important for that reason. And it helps us feel things. You know, you can feel people touching you. You can feel, different temperatures. This is, your hands and your skin and everything is what sends messages to your brain that say like, hey, something is touching me, or hey, something I don't feel right. So that's about skin. Our skin is important. All right, let's talk specifically about washing your hands. So washing your hands often protects you from all of the germs that you come in contact with throughout the day. If you think about every time you touch a spoon, every time you touch a pencil, every time you open a doorknob, like all kinds of other people have touched that stuff and they got their germs all over it, and then you touched it and you got their germs on you. So now you have your germs and their germs, and you touch something else and somebody else touches it and all those germs go to them. So it just gets gross. We want to get all that off every once in a while. So the two most important things to remember about washing your hands are using warm water and always using soap. Don't just wash your hands with water. You need to have soap. That's what kills the germs. Then you also need to remember to scrub the fronts, scrub the backs, scrub in between your fingers, scrub under your nails. Like scrub it all. This should take you about 20 seconds. Another way to remember 20 seconds, if you don't want to sit there and go 1, 2, 3, if you don't want to count all the way to 20, you could also sing a song in your head, like Happy Birthday or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, just a short little song. And that'll usually take about 20 seconds. And then by the time you're done singing or counting, then you should have washed pretty much everywhere. Your hands should be pretty well scrubbed. All right, just some interesting facts about hand washing that I found. Hand washing helps prevent illness. That means it helps you keep healthy. It keeps you from getting sick as much.
You can get germs up.
Yeah, everything you touch might have germs on it. Desks, doorknobs, pencils, everything. You need to wash your hands often each day, not just one time, not just 2 times. Sometimes you need to wash them like 5, 6, 10 times, like often, especially right now with the virus going around. When you sneeze, a lot of people know this, some people don't. When you sneeze, you need to sneeze into your elbow, or some people can sneeze into their shoulder, but elbow is best. Sneezing, coughing, if you cough and sneeze here, you're not like walking around touching everything like, here, I'm gonna touch you with my elbow. That's weird. So that won't spread as many germs like as if you cough in your hand and then you're like, hi, nice to meet you. They did a study to see how many people in middle school and high school washed their hands after they used the bathroom. The bathroom is probably one of the most grossest places that you can think of. I mean, think of all the crazy, yucky things that you touch when you go to the bathroom. They found out that about half of older kids who go to middle school and high school don't wash their hands after they use the bathroom. That means their bathroom germs could be on doorknobs and on their pencils and on desks. So you could be touching those bathroom germs. So even if you wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, which I hope you do, that's one of the most important times, you still want to wash your hands every once in a while just in case somebody else didn't. All right, so this is what's going to happen next. We got all the boring stuff out of the way. We're going to talk about different kinds of soap and other things that you might need for washing your hands, the correct way to wash your hands. We're going to do a hand washing experiment, and then we'll practice hand washing and do a little bit of review. Okay, reach my computer here. All right, so first we're going to talk about supplies that you need for washing your hands, and they are simple. All you really need is some soap and something to dry your hands off with, and a sink, of course. So there are several kinds of soap. You may have soap in a dispenser like this. You might have soap like on a wall dispenser, and you might even sometimes have bar soap. It looks like this outside the package. You might see this sitting beside somebody's sink. Not very often, but sometimes you might. Everybody knows to get soap out, you push it down into your hand. Sometimes I forget, sometimes I'm in a hurry and I press this and I forget to put my hand in it, and where do you think the soap goes?
Oh no.
Onto the table or onto the counter, wherever your soap is. So make sure you get your hands wet and you put your hand under the soap and then pump it, right? If you're gonna use bar soap, which any kind of bar soap is just fine for washing your hands, you would get the soap wet along with your hands and then rub it in your hands like this, and your hands will get bubbly when it's wet, and then that's all you do for a bar soap. If you don't have any soap and you're at home and you can't find any soap that looks like this or soap that looks like this, you can even use like dish soap. Any kind of soap is better than no soap. All right, I'm gonna kind of review this lovely book that my friend Miranda made. We're gonna read it.
No, I can read it.
Hi. All right.
So
it says, you're not in trouble. I need to wash my hands to stop the spread of germs. So they're kind of washing their hands. First, I need to get my hands wet under warm water.
Move the book back.
You can have it again. She's really proud of this book that she made, huh?
Oh, so hi, Miranda.
Then I add soap to my hands to rub. So obviously, you get them wet, you add the soap. I'll rub my hands together at least 20 seconds. There's that 20 seconds I was talking about. Next, I rinse my hands under the water. Sorry, I'm reading upside down. So you want to rinse all the soap off. Make sure because it's not like a big deal if you don't get all the soap off, but like it will make your hands feel a little like chalky or dry if you don't get all the soap off. So after, you can use a towel to dry your hands. You can use a paper towel. You can use like cloth towel, Or if you're in a public restroom, sometimes they have those blower vents and you can use that.
That's it.
So next, make sure you turn off the water. A lot of times I walk into the bathroom at school and there's a sink running and I'm like, what the heck, people? You forgot to turn off the sink. So make sure you turn off the sink. And finally, if you wash your hands with a paper towel, then you'll throw that paper towel away. Make sure you get it in the trash can. So to practice that, make sure that I want to make sure you guys know the proper hand washing. I have a book here that I made, and it has some blank words in it. So it'll say like, I want to wash my blank to stop the spread of germs. Now, you guys are probably good readers. So if you are, then you can use these ones that just have the words on them to fill it in. But me and Miranda kind of like the ones with pictures, right? Yeah, so we're going to use the ones with pictures. So what do we need to wash to stop the spread of germs?
Good.
All right, pull it off. And these are kind of cool because you can pull them off and stick them in the space. So she says, you need to wash your hands. Sorry, there's a glare. Hands to stop the spread of germs. Easy one.
Easy peasy.
First, I need to wet my what under warm water? What do we need to get wet?
Oh.
So now you said first I need to wet my rinse under warm water. Does that sound right? Nah. Let's try again. What other answer could it be? That's a tricky one because we're matching the pictures and there's these hands and then there's hands that look like this. So it says, first I need to wet my hands under warm water. So remember that warm water, not hot, don't burn yourself, just warm. So then I need to add what to my hands? Miranda says, I need to add soap to my hands and rub.
Rub.
Rub them good. I will blank my hands together for at least 20 seconds. So what are we going to do with our hands for 20 seconds?
Uh-oh.
Nice. So she says, I will wash my hands together for 20 seconds. Next, I blank my hands under the water. So what are we doing? Getting rid of all those bubbles. We are rinsing.
Get me.
Thank you. Next, I rinse my hands under the water. All right. After your hands are all rinsed, no more bubbles, I will use what to dry my hands?
Towel.
Paper towel, yes. It's correct. You use a paper towel or a cloth towel or a dryer.
The sink.
You need to make sure you turn off the
sink.
All right, put it on there.
Sink.
Turn off the sink. She's absolutely right. And if you have a paper towel, you don't want to throw away your cloth towel, but if you have a paper towel, you need to throw it in the trash, of course, in the garbage. All right, so we now know, in case we need a reminder, sometimes I put something like this by my sink that just has the steps with words, or I put something like this by the sink, which has nice, pretty pictures that I always like. And it just says, wet your hands, get the soap, rub 20 seconds, rinse, dry, done. And this one pretty much just says the same thing, only, you know, no pretty pictures in case you're too mature for that. All right, so I'm gonna test everybody now, see if they can remember what the order of the steps are. So, what is the very first thing we're gonna do? Step 1 in hand washing. Do we get soap first or do we get our hands wet first?
Now wet.
Right. First you get your hands wet. Otherwise the soap won't like get as bubbly.
Number
So
one.
number one, first we get our hands wet. Then what do? Are we gonna rub them together under the water, or are we gonna get some soap first?
Yes. So soap.
Right, we are gonna get some soap. So first we get our hands wet, then we get the soap.
Number two.
Number two. So wet your hands, get the soap. What are we gonna do for number three? Are we going to rub our hands together, or are we just gonna rinse them off?
Rinse them off.
Do we need to get it bubbly first, or we just put the soap on and then wash it off?
Rinse them off. Keep it. Soap.
First we're gonna
Soap.
rub them together. You got soap in your hand.
Number five.
We want to scrub them together right here on number three. We got to scrub those hands, scrub it up. So get the water, get the soap, scrub our hands. Now, our hands are all soapy. Should we rinse them off or just use a towel?
It's a towel.
Probably want to get the bubbles off first, right?
So
number four is rinse off the bubbles. Get on there. All right, and now that all the bubbles are off our hands and they're just wet, then what are we gonna do?
Paper towel.
Then dry them off with the paper towels. Yes, put that on number five, please.
A big.
Thank you. All right. So then we have something that looks like that. All right. So next, we're going to do our little experiment. Okay, you ready for this? We love this experiment. It's so fun. All right, we're going to bring you over to the sink.
My book.
It's experiment time. You can hold your book.
Can I take it home?
Yeah,
May I?
of course. I might need to use it one more time though, okay, Miranda? Then it's all yours. All right, so for this experiment, I have a tube of glitter glue. And this is green glitter glue because dark colors work the best, like blue or green. So we are gonna pretend that this container of glitter glue is a container of germs. And I'm gonna put these germs all over my hand. And I'm going to see if I use a paper towel. Can you put me a thing of paper towels? I'm gonna see if I use a paper towel to wipe those germs off, if I can get any of the germs off of my hand.
Have a birthday song.
That's right. So if I'm thinking, if you scrub your hands pretty hard with a paper towel, do you think that you'll be able to get any of the germs off? Do you think you'll be able to get all of the germs off? We'll find out. Do you want to do this experiment too, Miranda?
Sure.
Okay. So, got my hand. I'm going to put some germs in my hand. Okay. Do you want some germs in your hand?
Yeah.
All right, hold it over here. All right. So first we're going to use a paper towel. All right. Now we're going to get those germs all over our hands. So rub that glitter glue all over your hand.
Have a song. Birthday song.
Okay. She's ready. She's ready to wash her hands the right way. All right, so now we have germs all over our hands. Are your hands nice and germy?
Yeah.
Ew, look at all these germs. Okay, let's get a paper towel and see if we can wipe them off. So we'll say, oh, we don't have any water. Here you go. Wash it off with a paper towel. In a minute. So, oh, shoot, we don't have any water. We're going to wash it off with a paper towel. That should be good enough, right? So, and I'm going to really scrub. I'm going to get them all off.
Look at that look.
All right. So look at your hands now. Did it work? Are there germs on your hands?
Yeah.
There's germs all over my hands too. You can't see it very good in the video, but like, it's gross. That didn't do anything. So now let's try washing our hands the right way. Okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. Oh, can you get our soap, please? I always forget the soap. Shove a little light over here. There's kind of a lot of light behind us. But. All right, so we are going to use the pump soap. So what do we do first?
Wash your hands.
Turn on the sink with cold water or warm water?
Warm water.
Warm water, yeah. So kind of feel it. Yep, feels pretty warm, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you get your hands wet? Both of them. All right, then we need soap. I'm gonna put it right here and let you get it. Perfect. Okay, scrub them together and let's sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miranda. And between your fingers. Happy birthday to you. Now what? Rinse. Rinse. Yeah. Let's make sure. Yep. Still warm. All right, we gotta rinse all that soap off. So rub those hands together. Oh, look, there's a bunch of soap right there. Make sure you get it all off. I don't see any more soap. Goodbye, soap. Ah. All right, take a look at those hands. Are there any germs left?
Nope.
No germs. All right, what do you do next?
Dry them.
Dry them off. Here you go. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to, see, sometimes I forget. Sometimes I get my soap first and it just doesn't spread as well. So I'm going to make sure it's warm. Yep. Get my hands a little wet. Soap. Let's scrub them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do the counting. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So, yep, Miranda prefers to sing the happy birthday song, and I prefer to count, but it's whatever you decide. All right, they're all rinsed off, nice and soaking wet. So I'm gonna get myself a paper towel. And dry them off. And then what did you do with your paper towel, Miranda?
Throw away the trash.
You threw it away in the trash. That is exactly what you should do. So here we go. Go that way. I have a small kitchen, so we gotta kind of move around. And here's my trash can right there. In it goes.
Ow.
All right, so now it's time to test your knowledge.
Goodbye.
Not yet. We have a really fun game.
What kind of game?
For review. And it has 3 options because I'm going to do level 3 for you. So it says, how can you stop the spread of germs? Do you stop the spread of germs by washing your hands, taking a walk, or eating some soup?
Walk.
How do you stop the spread of germs?
Walk.
Walk? What did we just practice?
Washing hands.
So how do you stop the spread of germs?
Washing hands.
Washing hands. She's so silly sometimes. All right, so then it says, great job. All right, what do you use to wash your hands? Do you use soap, dirt, or tissues?
Hand soap.
Hand soap, this one?
Yeah.
All right. Outstanding.
You're steaming.
All right, what temperature should we wash our hands at? Should we use no water, just soap, cold water, or warm water?
Warm water.
Warm water. Perfect. All right. This one actually wasn't on our thing, on what we learned today, but this right here is something called a nail brush. If you have one of these sitting by the sink, you can actually use it to like hold and then rub your nails against, and it'll really clean your nails. So if you want to clean your nails, do you think we should use tissues, a nail brush, or a pencil, Miranda?
Oh, nail brush.
A nail brush. Good job. I wasn't sure if you were paying attention. So that's wonderful.
A nail brush.
All right, and that's all for this one. This is for a later chapter, so we won't do that one. Now, just 2 more things, just to make sure that you really, really, really got it. There is a page that you can do. It's a review of the options, just kind of like the one we did. Some of the some of the questions are really, really silly, so it should be easy piece of cake.
Easy peasy.
If you're like me and Miranda, there's also one with pictures maybe that you can use.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. And finally, I'm excited to show you this. There is an activity that you can do. Me and Miranda had so much fun doing this really, really fun activity. So what you do is,
with mine.
First you make dirty hands. It says you can trace the hands on skin colored paper, trace your hands on skin colored paper,
mine.
and then cut them out. But I didn't have skin colored paper, so I just used white, plain, regular paper. But it was still, we used markers, and we actually used scented markers. So we scribbled it all over with marker to make it dirty.
With mine.
And then we decided this one's yours. I'm showing it off.
Okay.
Then we decided that's not dirty enough. So we got some brown construction paper and ripped it all into pieces and glued it in spots to make it even dirtier. And then we decided that's still not dirty enough. So we went outside and we got dirt, real dirt, and we spread it all over the hands. Then we got to practice washing our hands again because our hands were covered with dirt. So next, we cut out another set of hands to make the clean hands, and we drew lots of blue circles for bubbles, and we cut out some blue circles from paper to make glue some bubbles on. And then we cut out like a rectangle, and we wrote soap on it to make a bar of soap. And then, this one, yeah. Then we did a writing paper with it. This one's Miranda's. So I cut out little options for her, and I put a dot of glue, and she decided which ones should go where. So hers says, washing my hands is important because it kills germs and keeps my hands clean. I like soap. Washing my hands is easy. Now, if that is too easy for you, this is the one I did with my dirty hands and my clean hands. And then mine is all written out. I wrote a whole paragraph about why I should wash my hands. Washing my hands is important for stopping the spread of germs. It can help you and everyone around you stay healthy.
Oh, my buddy.
It is most important to wash your hands several times a day.
I'm missing you. I'm missing you, Bob.
And that's it. You guys are now experts at washing your hands. So make sure you do it several times a day. Practice, 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 and it'll just come super, super natural. All right, should we say bye? Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.